What's going on, YouTube, and welcome back to the Comic Fix, where tonight I was able to get my comic book pull list going. Like, look at this. Look at this big old stack of all independent publishers, the non-Marvel DC, except for Vertigo, which, since that seems a little bit more creator-owned, a little bit more them taking risks, I don't really consider them DC, even though they are. But I hope everyone had a great Thanksgiving. Now, for me, I worked at my local skilled nursing facility, had a great time, spent a lot of time with the residents who don't really have anybody, so it was a good old time. But now, since I finally have a day off and I was able to get in my comic book shop, I was able to pick up all those independent books. And I'm going to start first showing you guys the new number ones I got this week. From Dark Horse Comics, we got Lightstep, issue number 1. No idea what this is about. All I knew was a new number 1, and I always like to try out some new number 1s. And continuing with Dark Horse, this book came out last week, but it came in this week at my comic shop. God of War, issue number 1. I played the video game, love the video game, so if we get a little bit more into that, I'm all in. And I think it's like a 3-issue miniseries, so it's not a lot of books that I have to worry about. So I'll probably most likely finish that God of War. From IDW, Sukuban Turbo. I have no idea what this book's about, but I just heard about the name, Sukuban. It just sounds awesome. Awesome cover. Hopefully it's going to be a good book. And then from Vertigo, a new number 1, American Carnage, issue number 1. Now with Vertigo and them doing their whole reboot or going back and having the Vertigo line come back, I have enjoyed the Sandman Universe books. The creator-owned books, though, the Border Towns and Hex Wives, no siree. Especially Border Towns. Border Towns, after issue number 3, I was just like, I am done. And there's a review of it. You can look on my channel and you'll find it very easy. But with American Carnage, I have no idea what's about. But hopefully, it doesn't have all the political bullshit that I've been seeing with Vertigo with their creator-owned series. And now with a new Scotty Young book, I've heard excellent things about this. Middle West. No idea what it's about, but it looks just like, look at that cover. That cover is just beautiful. Like, what's up with that creature in the sky coming to get him? Is it out of the Green Lantern movie where, especially like during the time where you had like Green Lantern and Fantastic Four, where always there was this like that monster that was like basically a cloud. Who knows what's going on? Kid looks like his heart's broken. I have no idea what's going on with this, but it looks awesome, and I love it though. Like, when I go and I look through the previews, I just see all these new number ones and say, oh, I'll pick this up. And I kind of forget what I put on my pull list. So when I saw this, Night Moves, right, IDW, I was like, oh, okay. And I love the cover. The cover looks awesome. And it's funny, though, like, seeing him with that box cutter. There was a time where I was working at a store, and they were a sister store of theirs was being closed down. So, and it was in this like college town. So my friend and I, we decided, we're like 18. We're like, yeah, we'll go take down the store and we'll go party as well. And we're going throughout the town, and this guy started following us in his car. He started trying to get us to pull over, and we got into a cul-de-sac. And all I had on me was a box cutter. I thought, if I'm gonna have to go down, it'll be with his box cutter. So I see this guy with a box cutter. Luckily, though, so we got to this cul-de-sac, right? And this car just keeps on following us. We're going through red lights, trying to get away. And we get to this cul-de-sac. And the people get out, and they're trying to get into our car. My friend did the best Dukes of Hazzard, where he ran over those guys' feet. And we just took right off. It was amazing. But I just see that box cutter and just think of that moment where all I thought to myself was like, oh shit, all I have is this box cutter. Well, we're going down. We're going down with this box cutter. And then we got Smooth Criminals by Boom Studios. Or it says Boom Box. No idea what it's about. But very intrigued to read it. Now on to the books that I have read a couple issues of. Ooh, I cannot wait for this one. Low Road West, issue number 3. This is a great book. We have these kids who were being sent to San Francisco, I believe, and it's a post-apocalyptic land, and their bus dies. They runs out of gas, and they're in this town, and they're trying to run away from all these people that just want to kill them and murder them, or kill and murder is the same thing, but these people want to kill them. So they go into this house, and they find this portal to another land, and it is a really good adventure, especially with the characters. So, and we got this new girl that we met in issue number 2. I'm very excited to see more about her because she was a badass, and I'm intrigued just to see where this book goes, especially with that knowing that there's only 2 more issues left. So, if you have not picked up Low Road West, I would definitely recommend going out to your local comic book store and try and find out the issues, or wait for it to come into a collection. Because I love supporting these type of books, especially if I love it. I'll go and buy the volume when it comes out. Hopefully, then they'll just continue more on this Low Road West. Issue number 2 of Mars Attacks. Absolutely loved the first issue. The art was subpar. Like, the art was okay. But the writing in here, the dialogue was brilliant. Kyle Starks, who's the writer of this book, he has a great little premise where a lot of, I would expect a Mars Attacks book to go is saying, okay, we're going to focus on Mars actually attacking. No. On here, we have a father and a son. The father is in an old folks home, and the son is just basically going there to ask him for money. He's a deadbeat son. And Mars attacks, and now him and his father are on the run for their lives, and they're going to go and kick some ass of some Mars people. And so, just like the whole entire dialogue was just amazing. So I'm really intrigued to read issue number 2. Now, onto a book that was brilliant last month. The Whispering Dark. This is a 5-issue miniseries. And, this book. You have a story of a gal who went to join the army to go and fight Russia. And she was flying a helicopter. Helicopter goes down in enemy territory. These badass commandos come to her rescue, and all hell breaks loose. It is very intriguing to see where this book is going because it was very psychological, and it had to deal with a person who's in this dire situation. Some of them feel like they shouldn't be in the situation, that they're not ready and they're not prepared. Issue number 1 was brilliant, so I'm really excited to read issue number 2. Lucifer, issue number 2. Lucifer, issue number 1 was really intriguing, especially the scene where you had these ladies who go and blind themselves or take out their eyes because Lucifer, at that moment, he has been blind, and so they want to be like their master. And then all of a sudden Lucifer's like, you idiots, why'd you do that? You realize I could just wave my hand over my eyes and I could, see, right? You guys didn't have to do that. And then he does it. And these blind women are like, did he really do it? Well, I guess I can't know because I plucked out my eyeballs. And so I'm really intrigued to see where Lucifer issue number 1 goes because issue number 1 was really lots of fun. All right. I think we only got one more issue left of Cold Spots after this. Really good series. Like, the first 3 issues were a little bit slow. They were building it up. Or the first 2 issues were kind of like building up. Issue number 3, like, shit hit the fan. Really intrigued to see where this book goes. And I just love all the covers. This will probably be a series where I'll go and hunt for the other covers for every issue, because that's how good the series has been. If there's a series that I really enjoy, I don't mind going and hunting down all the different covers. Unless if it's like a Marvel or, basically a Marvel book, where they have like 20 covers for a single issue, I will definitely not go hunting for those ones, because I feel like that type of situation is a no-win situation for my wallet. But for these independent ones, there's usually like the first issue will have 2 covers, especially with an aftershock book. and the other issues will just have one. So they're easier to just to go and get a complete set. All right, Aftershock, Last Space Race. Issue number 1 was more just a setup for this man who, I think, from what I recall, they saw a ship, or on the radar they saw like what looks like a spaceship coming to Earth, and they want to meet it or find out what it is. So this man who owns basically NASA, or he's decided he's going to take it upon himself to go and figure this all out. I don't know where issue number 2 is going to go. Issue number 1 was just a whole bunch of setup. So hopefully issue number 2 is okay. If not, that series will definitely be one that I'll wait to buy if I feel like it when it comes out in volume. Alright, Hot Lunch Special, issue number 4. This is a 5-issue miniseries. I think it's a 5-issue miniseries, so it's got one more issue. And this series is begging to be turned into a movie. Especially by the Coen brothers. I think they would do a terrific job, especially in the last issue, where we have a situation where a family had a deal with some mob people, where they are getting paid by the mob to basically transfer the mob's goods in their trucks. And the family decides, we don't want this deal anymore. You know, we've hold up our end of the bargain, and we went out. Well, they go and shoot up the store that these people own, and a kid dies. And it's all about the aftershock of that, and issue number 3 was just crazy. And it just screamed for the Coen brothers to, make this movie. So, really excited about issue number 4. And then we got 2 more books. Exorcisters, issue number 2. The great thing about issue number 1 is that it was like a day in the life of these sisters. And so we got a complete story. And I was like, all right, that was fun. Now, with issue number 2 and going further, we're going to have a 6-issue story arc. Really excited to see where this book goes, because issue number 1 just gave me a day in the life. Made me really like these gals. The artwork, it seems like an Archie type of art, and that's because the artist worked on Archie, and you definitely get the feeling that, the art style works for what the book is going for, especially in issue number 1 where they go to hell. It was a lot of fun. Oh, and I forgot, new number 1, Crimson Lotus by Dark Horse, from the pages of Hellboy. Now, the bad part is that I've never read a Hellboy book. I watched the movies, but never watched a Hellboy or read a Hellboy book. So I had no idea when I picked this book in my pull list that it was from Hellboy. So I'm gonna read it, and if I'm totally lost, I'll definitely take this book off my pull list. But I have intrigue of going into Hellboy, but I know that it's a deep dive. So that was my pull list. It was huge this week. What did you guys pick up? Did you guys have a great holiday? Let me know down below. My name's David, and I'll see you guys next time. Oh yeah, rate, comment, subscribe. I gotta remember to say that. Alright, see you all next time.